let's just cut straight to the bricks. Sleep deprivation is kind of great. I'm justifiable, and let me explain. Maybe great isn't the right word to describe how sleep deprivation makes me feel, but I can say that it just makes me feel more creative. Like I have a stronger connection to this like sort of art thing that I like, like I kind of made a representation of how this makes me feel. So here we have MS Paint. I don't know how to do art. I'm a frog too. I've always kind of felt like a frog, so that's just me. And this is a sleep deprived frog, i.e., me. After, actually right now it's like 2 a.m. and I consider this to be my most like important and great time. So, we have some Nietzsche. Thus spoke Zarathustra. Reading this in like reading this in normal waking hours is like it's kind of boring, low-key. You're just reading all these parables and you're like, what is this guy on? Shut up. Like, I don't care that much. Freaking Zarathustra. Like, I get it. Life is bad, whatever. But whenever you listen, or not listen, but whenever you read this book and you're going on fumes and you're already kind of dwindling into chaos, it takes on a whole new meaning. It's like this just makes sense. Like, I get what you're saying, man. Like it's like somebody said, just trust me, bro, and I did. and that's exactly why, I don't necessarily condone sleep deprivation, but whenever you're sleep deprived, make the best of it, because everybody's gonna get sleep deprived at some point. Like, you're gonna freaking YouTube doom scroll. I know what you do, bro. Get on TikTok, get on Instagram Reels, and suddenly it's 6 a.m. and you're like, shit, this sucks. What do I do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You find some freaking art, you find a book or anything related to the arts, and you'll understand it. You'll be like, wow, this just makes sense. For instance, I was reading one of my first reads, actually, which was a big mistake. Don't do this. Was For Whom the Bell Tolls by Hemingway. This was a terrible read. Don't read this book. It's bad. It's just not good. It's not going to get you anywhere. Like, there's no epiphanies. There's no, like, it's literally just words. And that's the best I can describe it. It follows this guy named freaking Robert Jordan or something, Roberto, and he's fighting for the Republic during the Spanish Civil War, and he's like, he finds this love interest. It gets super cliche, but like not like it's not good cliche. Like, oh, this was the original cliche. It's like this is happening, and this is exactly how I would have imagined it happening. Bro dies, like, oh no. It's almost like it's been foreshadowed in the entire book. But whenever I was sleep deprived while reading this, which I am sleep deprived very often, I'm probably in immense sleep debt. Like, if there's a sleep bank, I probably owe that dude like at least like 7 days straight of sleeping. But that's besides the point. Whenever I was sleep deprived and I started this book, it was truly like, it was a different experience, because it was like I was part of the book, and suddenly I got put into Robert Jordan's eyes, and it was like, wow, this is great. Because it was like I felt the pine needle stabbing into his back. I felt like the sunlight gleaming into my eye as I'm like looking at this bridge that I want to explode, which is like the entire premise of the book. But that alone is what like made me like it. Like, that made me commit to 400 pages. This terrible reading, which you shouldn't do. But like I said before, if you're going to be sleep deprived, look at the arts, because you'll understand it. Like maybe it's just like with a lack of like intellectual capacity, you just understand other people better. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I don't know. And I'm not gonna sit around and say that it's good for society to be sleep deprived, because that could lead to some bad things. I mean, I don't know about you, but sleep is good, but it should be a choice. I'm talking like this is like a fascist takeover, and we're gonna have our sleep rights taken away, which I don't know. I can't tell the future. But anyway, whenever you find yourself in the predicament of being sleep deprived, resort to the arts and look at paintings like Scream, which was on this, look at that. That's freaking cool. Like, I'm sleep deprived right now. It's freaking 3 a.m. and that looks awesome to me, even though it's like blurry as fuck and I can barely see anything on it. But still, it's crazy. Like, I just understand like the brush strokes better. Like, it's less that I understand the art, but I understand the author and the painter better. Like, it's very strange. Maybe it's like a sort of like wavelength, synchronization that's happening, because I don't know, it's just awesome. And at the time of writing this script, I had actually just been like, I just pulled an all-nighter, studying for classes and playing games. So look, I'm not the most reliable source, but trust me, bro. Just trust me. I'm not misinforming you of my own experiences, and in terms of colloquial research, we had this thing. It's beautiful. Google AI, very trustworthy, super credible. Just kidding. Don't trust that. But it says that in brief periods, actually, sleep deprivation can have some antidepressant effects. It can increase dopamine. And, I'm not gonna actually look for a peer-reviewed journal that says that. I'm just gonna trust it and be like, yeah, because that agrees with what I think. So, yeah, I don't really care about my health. So now, I'm not gonna sit around here and say that my beliefs have not been impacted by my personal experiences, which I think that's actually where beliefs derive from. So that statement, is just not true. But I've been a sleep deprived person for a very long time. Like ever since I was like 6, probably. I've been just staying up. It's like, why do I need to fucking sleep? I can do more whenever I'm awake. And I think I've learned from this. I've learned that sometimes you just gotta tough it out. Like, it sucks, but it will get better. It'll get better. Trust. And yeah, that's really why I made this. I think that people shouldn't be scared of losing a little sleep, because you can find good things in these sorts of like psychosis induced not psycho but like deprivation induced psychosis states that we find ourselves in. And I think there's something special to be said about that, because I mean, looking at we're just observing the landscape of the world right now. Everybody kind of stressed right now. Everybody kind of stupid. Like, I ain't met a person that's like thought more than 6 thoughts in the past hour, maybe. Like, everybody is just like stagnant, and it's almost sad to see like this sort of brewing that's happening right now with the human race, where everybody's just like mad at each other for no reason, because everybody's stressed. And maybe they just need to lose some sleep. They need to freaking read a book, look at some art, and shut up. Like, come on, you'll be fine. Your opinion is not that crazy. My opinion is not that. I don't care. Like, if somebody, like, I love criticism. If somebody wants to like have a conversation about my opinion, then I'm I'm full on in support of that. But I think it's worth mentioning that sleep deprivation is not good for your health overall. I mean, definitely not. But I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, trust. So, you know, do with that information what you will. Yeah. Peace.